What's up, guys? Spin Firearms here. Sorry, I just got back from work, but I just want to let you guys know this. I'm not going to be filming where I normally do for about the next week or so. A lot of stuff going on upstairs, stuff is everywhere, and so on. So, just thought I'd make this video. Anyways, today we're going to talk about, do less lethal firearms or other products make sense for carry? Or should you carry them with a firearm? So here's the thing. All of us obviously understand that our firearm is our last resort. But here is the problem. Nowadays, you get in a fist fight, the person, let's say you win, instead of like you go to shake their hand, they pull something out on you, you're done. Nowadays, the era of like solving things is just out, it's gone. That's for one. And two, on top of that is, there's a problem with this. So basically what you would do is, if let's say you ended up using your firearm because you had no other choice, like let's say someone just happened to come out of nowhere, caught you lacking basically, ran up on you, said, threaten you, give me everything basically, and then you pull out a firearm and shoot them, you're going to be charged basically, and they're going to hold it against you that you didn't use that pepper spray first. Or let's say you have something like a less lethal firearm, and then you use it, you go to shoot that, and let's say that person's, hopped up on something or is just having an adrenaline rush. He goes, who threw that piece of paper at me, basically? What is that? And then they pull their firearm out. Here, that's the problem. So you don't know how they're going to react. I've seen, pepper spray balls that come out of little firearms and stuff like that. And those are great things. I definitely think they need to keep working on them. But the problem with CO2 powered things such as BB, pellet guns, airsoft firearms, and so on, the problem with those is they run out of velocity and they're never consistent. They're all over the place, and after a certain amount of distance, they start, dropping and stuff. If you've ever played paintball or anything like that, you would realize that the trajectory of that round, the power is so weak, but it basically just goes down. Or to the side, airsoft people know that, left or whatever. But anyway, so that doesn't make sense. Then pepper spray. The problem once again with pepper spray is you never know if you're even going to get the person. Like let's say you miss or they shield themselves or they find a way around that. Then what? Now you're basically stuck with someone who's still attacking. That is the problem in my opinion. That is why I don't carry pepper spray. I might actually start throwing some in my backpack or bear spray just for like dogs and stuff like that. I actually had a weird situation, I don't know, when I first moved into this neighborhood and I was walking with my kids and we're on a walk, and then a dog got loose, and it was like super vicious dog, and it came right at us and was just going crazy, and my kids were getting scared. That would have been a perfect situation. Instead, all I had on me was a firearm. So then you care about the dog, obviously you care about your family, because I like animals, and so you're now thinking you're in a weird situation, that's what's weird about self-defense. You don't know if you're going to have time to think. A lot of times you won't. A lot of times adrenaline will kick in. It's chaos, and so you have to train yourself to be the best in that situation. But for animals, I think pepper spray or bear spray is a great thing, obviously. The least damage you can do to any living being is the best thing. But the problem in self-defense encounters nowadays is by using something like that, there's a chance you might not make it home. There's a chance a person doing this messed up thing in the first place is on something, or adrenaline, or manic, or having an episode, or whatever, and they can fight through pepper spray or getting hit with a rubber ball. You know what I mean? I've shot the rubber ball. What do you call it? They're like little replica, like PPQs and Smith & Wesson 2.0s, and they have a Glock replica and so on, and they're super fun. They're awesome, and they shoot paintballs mainly, but what you can use, you shoot this little rubber ball with a metal inside. It hurts like crazy. I mean, it hurts. But is it something that if I had an adrenaline rush through, or if I was attacking someone, which I obviously wouldn't, but if I was, could I get through? Easily. Honestly, it stung terrible because it was like a rubber outside with a metal inside. It felt like a frozen paintball. I don't know if you guys have ever shot a frozen paintball or a solid paintball. That's exactly what it felt like. Similar velocities, although out of a pistol. But it hurt. It really did. If I was just me chilling, and I got hit by it, yeah, that would hurt. It would stun me. But if I was like in fight mode, you wouldn't even feel something like that. So that's my problem with it. I know there's videos out there, people using the pepper balls and stuff like that, and it actually works because a person sees it as a firearm. The problem is, you have a pepper ball, that guy has a little pocket rocket. He takes a couple pepper balls. Sorry, that was a tongue twister. Just to return fire, and then what? You don't have the time to draw your real firearm. So that's my thing. I do like to carry a knife. You never know, and plus I use my knife for a million other things that I didn't intend to use it on. Pry and stuff, and so on. But I do carry a knife, like I said, but that's not my main go-to. My main go-to is what's going to get me home at the end of the night. But like I said, I probably will start considering some form of a spray. The best thing about those sprays as well is that they're small and they don't hurt to have. You can throw it in a backpack, so on. But anyways, walks are a good place because you always see people with dogs and pit bulls and stuff. You don't know with your little kids there. So that's the way to go for that. But with a human that has the potential to have a firearm or a knife and so on, and they're rushing, you don't have the time to even think, okay, do I need to pull a pepper spray? Like, what should I use? That's another problem. You're going to be sitting there in a situation where you have no time, and you're needing time to think, okay, do I use my pepper spray or do I use my firearm? Like, it shouldn't get like that. And sometimes I feel like where it's like, if you are getting beat and it's someone with hands, simply just hands, but let's say they're much bigger than you or they got more skill than you and they're just, beating on you, it's like, it's a hard decision at that point, and all this stuff plays a role in court at the end of the day. But I've heard of situations where people had the pepper spray and that they were basically faulted. It was held against them that they didn't use that pepper spray when they had the chance. Instead, they used their firearm, which I think is completely ridiculous. Because here's the thing. The problem with this whole system that we have is nobody knows the outcome because it happened a certain way. If you are being charged and you have to be, basically said you're good to go, you're clear to basically, which what happens in a self-defense encounter. The problem with that is nobody knows how that self-defense encounter would have turned out because you're now being charged, for defending yourself and so on. If you didn't defend yourself, they would have been talking about how it was a horrendous murder or beat down, whatever, your kid got hurt. And that's the problem, is nobody can see what would have actually happened if, that situation didn't happen. So that's the problem with the courts. But anyways, make it the easiest possible on yourself. It is what it is. Anyways, hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching.